Okay, today I want to talk about self-sabotage. You know you are self-sabotaging when you start making excuses. You'll make excuses for other people, for yourself, just little justifications for why things are the way they are. And here's the sneaky part, is that most of the time you don't even realize it's happening. You genuinely think that you're just being honest with yourself, and you think that the excuse is real. But what if it isn't? Take my pantry, for existence. I, for months, would walk past that disaster every single day. And every day, I had a reason. I'm too tired, I don't have time, the kids are just gonna mess it up again. What's the point? And that pantry just kept getting worse because the excuses kept getting stronger. Until one day, finally, the goal of having a clean pantry became louder than the excuse to not take care of it. So I emptied it out, reorganized it, and now every time I walk in there, it just feels so good. So that obviously is a very small example, but the same thing happens in ways that can actually cost us something even important to us. So say you've been like job searching and you built the resume, right? You're putting yourself out there, but somehow you'll find that the companies just have little problems, or you start listing all of the reasons why they probably won't pick you. Your resume is missing something, or other candidates have this. And then one day, lo and behold, an interview comes up and something in you just doesn't show up all the way. And just like that, the perfect opportunity is gone. So it's not laziness or a character flaw, but it's self-sabotage. And it's a lot more common than we ever really talk about. So if this is already hitting home just a little bit, I would absolutely love for you to stick around, click the thumbs up button, subscribe, because we're going to go a lot deeper than this around here. But for now, back to the self-sabotage. Why do we do this to ourselves? And we all do it in some way or another. We all do it. Well, there is a little piece of us that doesn't yet feel worthy or capable of what we actually want. So something in us just doesn't feel safe within our own desires. And again, we're all there at some various points, usually multiple points throughout our lives, every time before we are ready for that next up level. But our nervous system basically builds us an exit before we can get hurt, before we can fail, before we can find out whether or not we're actually good enough. So self-sabotage is actually false protection. And here's what feeds it. It's our beliefs. And some of these stories we have been carrying since like early childhood about what we're allowed to have, what we deserve, what's actually possible for us. And those beliefs through adulthood just become permission slips for self-sabotage to happen. Because if somewhere underneath everything you believe that good things don't last, or that you always end up alone, or people like you don't have that kind of success, or get those types of opportunities. So then your nervous system is going to protect you from the very thing you say you want the most. So it's not trying to hurt you or keep you behind. It's genuinely thinking it is keeping you safe. Safe from your own disappointment. So how do you know if that's what's happening in the moment? The first question to ask yourself is, am I making excuses somewhere in all of this? Not like the obvious excuses, but the ones that are completely reasonable, the ones that you could really defend in a conversation, because those are the sneaky ones. Think about something in your life right now that isn't moving. a goal keeps stalling, a relationship that feels stuck, romantic or otherwise. Just something that you say you want, but somehow you never quite get to, or you just keep justifying why it's not happening yet. So ask yourself honestly, have I been justifying why this isn't happening? Have I been finding little problems, little reasons, little exits? And if you're having to justify it, then it's probably an excuse. And if it's an excuse, there's something underneath that's worth looking at. So speaking of that, and if you do want to go deeper, this is actually exactly the kind of thing we go deep in my upcoming workshop, which will help you identify what's actually blocking you and then start to shift it. That link for the waitlist is down below if you did want to get on it. It is going to be really great. It's going to be very transformative, super powerful workshop. So that link is down below. But anyway, back to this video in the right now. What do you do with this information now that you have it? You start making yourself feel safe enough to receive what you want. Not by forcing yourself to take action, not by pushing through your resistance with sheer willpower, but by starting to show up for yourself in a way you want others to show up for you, the way you want your life to show up for you. Because your nervous system learns from evidence. And right now, it's probably running on really old evidence. Evidence from a version of your life that no longer exists, but that your physical body just hasn't gotten the memo on yet. So, you give it new evidence. Just a small commitment to yourself that you actually keep. Moments where you choose you. You choose yourself, where you follow through for you. You say, I am someone who receives good things. I am deserving of this. And then you actually act like it. That's how the story starts to change. So what will that shift actually look like? Well, I can tell you that it is probably not going to be some big, dramatic, like lightning bolt, epiphany breakthrough moment. It's gonna feel normal. It's gonna feel easy and natural, like you finally just stopped bracing for something that was never even coming to begin with. So the excuses will start to quiet down, the resistance lifts, those little justifications just stop showing up because they just don't have a job to do anymore. It just feels like you, the version of you that you always knew you were worthy of. Now you're just living it. So here's what I want you to do the moment this video ends is just check yourself before you wreck yourself. Just do a quick little inventory. Is there anything in your life right now that you have been making excuses for? Anything that you say you want, but you keep finding reasons to avoid, talk yourself out of, or just justify to yourself as to why it's not happening yet. Just notice it. Don't have to fix it. Just see it. Because the moment you see it, it loses at least just a little bit of its power over you. And that's where it all starts. So let me know down below, where is it that you are ready to let go of the excuses and just do the thing? I'd love to chat about it. Anyway, I will see you in the next one. Bye.